Hey, what's up, there? Welcome back. Another Genshin Impact video, and I know it's been a while. Mostly because I've been super motivated recently, and I've been a bit busy with summer school. Also, it's very, very hot where I'm at right now recently. And every time I turn on Genshin, it makes my PC burn, basically. But anyways, that aside, I am going to talk about the Yoimiya banner, right? And the Thundering Pulse banner over here, right, which just got released, and the web banner doesn't look too great, but the Yoimiya banner looks interesting at least, right? Because first of all, let's first talk about the Yoimiya banner, which I have personal interest in because I'm summoning on Yoimiya, right? So, although nothing in here really interests me particularly personally, because I already have all three of these guys C6'd, and by all three of these guys I mean the 4 stars, not Yoimiya. I have C0, like C -1, -1 Yoimiya. But over here obviously you could see Bennett, Xingyan, and Yunjin, right? So first, obviously Bennett, right? Bennett's one of the best units in the game, straight up, right? One of the best units in the game. Like 4-star, 5-star, whatever, who cares? One of the best top units in the game. But he's especially really nice with Yoimiya, because he's first of all, he does all the regular Bennett stuff he does with Yoimiya, but also you could throw him on as like the Pyro Resonance option, right, for a team as well. Obviously helps with the, helps that Yoimiya could help Bennett a bit with the Pyro Energy particles, I guess, right? So there's that as well. But yeah, I mean, generally they work relatively well together because, bro, they're Pyro units, man. They get Pyro Resonance. And Bennett's Bennett. He works well with almost every unit in the game. Right? Not every unit, but almost every unit in the game. Fantastic unit, right? One top units game. Like, Bennett being on this banner already, like, if you don't have C5 Bennett, already makes this like a really nice banner to pull on. Bennett. Nice Bennett to pull on. Nice banner to pull on, right, regardless right, of the other 2 4-stars. The other 2 4-stars, look, Xia is not the best, right? Xia doesn't have like too many uses in particular, unfortunately, right? Hopefully, when Sumeru Downjo comes, maybe there's some character that could make her more useful, but at the moment, I'm real, and I like Xia, right? I actually like her quite a bit. But yeah, she's kind of not extremely useful at the moment, right? Although, is she like the worst unit that you could pair up with Yunjin? No, not really. I mean, or not Yunjin, with Yoimiya. They could work, right? I mean, you got the Pyro Shield over there, right? Obviously, again, Pyro Resonance, Pyro Particles, whatever, all that stuff helps. But, with the extra shield, it is definitely nice, right? For Yoimiya to have a shield so you don't get interrupted when you're, machine gunning the opponents with your left click, so that's nice. And speaking of machine gunning opponents, you got Yunjin, right? Which Yunjin, overall, as much as I love Yunjin, right? She's my baby, but she's generally, right, even though you would see her as like a general support, because she's a normal attack support, right? But she generally doesn't have too many uses on many different teams. However, for Yoimiya specifically, right, Yunjin is fantastic for Yoimiya, right? Because again, Yoimiya is a normal attack unit. She buffs normal attacks very well, and especially if you do have higher constellations, means I think we're at C6, right? You also get the extra normal attack speed with that as well. Like Yunjin almost seems like a must run for Yoimiya, and that's like one of the big upsides that this Yoimiya rerun has, is that now Yunjin exists in the game, and which previously, when Yoimiya first came around, Yunjin did not exist in the game, but now Yunjin exists in the game, and Yoimiya is much better because of it. All right, makes Yoimiya much better. Again, there's not a lot of units I could really use. There's a few more. I mean Ayato, right? Whatever. Right? Any units who really can make use of their normal attacks. I mean, I guess technically you could make any unit a normal attack DPS with Yunjin, right? Like you can make Barbara do like respectable damage with Yunjin, right, on the team. But obviously that's not her main function. You want units that have normal attacks as their main function, so you can further boost them, make it much better, right? So like overall, again, Bennett's a W like on almost any team, right? Yunjin's a massive W paired with Yoimiya over here. Xia, if you really want to run her with Yoimiya, it's not the worst option, right? But again, otherwise, Xia doesn't have like too many uses, right? So I'd say overall this is a pretty good banner, right? I'd say this is pretty good banner. Again, it's hard to really say any banner with Bennett is like a bad banner, right? Because it's freaking Bennett, right? Like, what can you do? He's like the Genshin god or whatever, right? So that's the character banner. Let's check out the weapon banner over here real quick as well. Thundering Pulse and Summon Shaper, man. Thundering Pulse is a good bow. It's a good bow, especially for Yoimiya, right? Especially for Yoimiya. But that being said, freaking Summon Shaper, man. Summer Shaper is it's the memory of dust. It's the unforged for like swords, sorta, right? Again, it's not like a complete one-to-one, but it almost is. So I mean, it is what it is, right? It's like that set of weapons just don't work, man. They just don't work that well. Again, I'm not saying they're completely useless, right? They're not completely useless. I mean, you could. It still has like a 5-star 608 base attack, which if you don't have anything better for like Bennett, for example, in terms of the 4-star weapons, if you don't have what was it, Ally Flash, I think is the only one higher, right? If you don't have Ally Flash, okay, sure, you can throw this on like Bennett for just the higher base attack alone, right? Which is good and fine. And again, if you don't have any better swords, sure, you can throw it on, right? But it's generally not that good of swords, so like unless you really like this weapon's like design aesthetically, this is definitely something you really want to avoid, right? And like even with Thundering Pulse, I'd say, right, as good as Thundering Pulse is, there's not like an incredible amount of bow users that really want a Thundering Pulse. Obviously Yoimiya would love Thundering Pulse, right? And again, it's generally a good option for most bow users, right? But like outside of Yoimiya, is there like anyone that really has Thundering Pulse as the best, or as the best option, right? I mean, what? Yelan's obviously Aqua Simulacra. Child is what? A Polar Star, right? So yeah, not really, right? Not really. I'm pretty sure it's only Yoimiya who has Thundering Pulse as best in slot, right? Oh, maybe Aloy. But I mean, yeah, it's Aloy, so hey, look, if you're Aloy main, you know, God bless, I guess. As for the 4-star weapons, the flute's kind of whatever. Sacrificial Greatsword is fine, right? I'm trying to remember these names. I can't pronounce that thing. The bow name is really hard to pronounce. It's that like hard to pronounce name. Let me quickly search this up. Actually, no. That's Ally Hunter. I got it mixed up with the official one. The official one has a really hard to pronounce name, or at least that's the official like colors and stuff. But yeah, no, it's just Ally Hunter. Never mind. So Ally Hunter's not bad, right? It's not a bad bow. For most, I guess, DPS bows, for like a 4-star option, right? First 4-star option. It's not like crazy either, but it's solid. It's solid. All right. What's the other? Dragon's Bane, right? Is that Dragon's Bane or Lithic Spear? I think it's Dragon's Bane, right? Dragon's Bane's nice, I guess, but it's from the permanent pool anyway, so it's not like too uncommon that people already have a decent amount. And then Wine and Song, is it's weird. It's alright, right? Got ER substat, right? ER substat, and then increases attack percentage after sprinting, something like that. It's alright. It's not like anything crazy, right? Either. It's just that catalysts are all pretty down bad. There really isn't like too many scenarios if you're using it for like damage, right? Not a lot of scenarios where you'd really run it over something like a Widsith, right? For the most part. But if you are like using it for ER, there's still like Favonius Codex or whatever, sacrificial fragments that you'd really just run over. It reminds me a bit of Fading Twilight, right? The bow we just got recently, the free bow, right? It's kind of like that, where it's like an ER substat, and then like the passive also gives you a bit more damage, right? Well, Fading Twilight was specifically damage. This one's like attack percentage, which in most case scenarios translate to damage, right? Most, not all, but anyways, well, that's me. This one, I guess. Just a quick look at the banners, because, you know, as a person who is planning to pull on Yella, I'm curious to see what it is. And again, the Yoimiya banner looks nice, at least with 4 stars. This one, not so much. Not so much, I'd say. Weapon banner, but yeah, good stuff. I can't wait to pull a Yoimiya and actually try, you know, use her. Also, I should probably upload Genshin soon. Again. I'm sorry. Anyways, have fun, folks, and I'll see you guys in the next one.